Hey everyone, Stacks here, checking out the preview for Excalibur #1 by Tini Howard. Book's going to feature art by Marcus II and colors by Ahmad Assar. First issue is going to run you $4.99. It's going to be 38 pages. Going into it, this is another book that some people expressed some concerns about. Not so much for the premise of Excalibur, but because of Tini Howard. I will admit that I have not enjoyed her Thanos run. I got a couple of issues into it and ended up dropping it. And in all honesty, from the part that I read, it wasn't a Thanos story, it was a Gamora story. Anyways, let's get into this preview. It starts with your first page and it says, "All hail. It is the dawning of a new day for mutantkind, and with unprecedented Krakoan peace comes this chance for prosperity, for growth, for magic. But there is a war raging in the Otherworld, a threat that demands the attention of Captain Britain and Excalibur." And the featured characters here, yeah, Betsy, Braddock, Rogue, Gambit, Jubilee, Apocalypse, Trinary, and Brian Braddock. And we actually start with Brian Braddock at the Braddock Academy in England, where he is going through, he's talking to his wife, and they go and they're actually seeing Betsy off. And they're seeing her off because she's decided that she's going to go to Krakoa. And after this very long farewell, she leaves through the portal to Krakoa, where she's greeted by everyone. And she states, you know, "I'd rather just be called Betsy rather than Psylocke." We also have our first look at Apocalypse, who is speaking to Trinary. What we find out here is that they've discovered some kind of gateway that they can't seem to break through to the other side of. So there's a Krakoan gateway that they don't know what's on the other side. And the other side, we find out, is actually blocked. In his dialogue, Apocalypse actually asks the question, "Are you familiar with the Otherworld, the Kingdom of Camelot?" But after he tries, just like Trinary did, to break through the gate, he realizes real quick, we will need a champion to breach it. And that's it for the main preview. I found a few more preview images on Entertainment Weekly, and I'll show those up on the screen. The big thing is you have the arrival of Rogue and Gambit, and they seem to be speaking to Apocalypse, and I don't know what about, but obviously they're probably a little thrown off that he's here. You also have an image of Brian Braddock in his Captain Britain uniform and him kneeling before Betsy Braddock. Finally, the last one, you have the arrival of Jubilee, who is obviously not too excited about Apocalypse being there as well. Or at least that's the initial take I got from it. So my initial thoughts is this looks like a very interesting storyline. It looks, like Marauders, I had some moments where I'm like, I don't know about this. But the overall concept of it is interesting and exciting enough to where I'm going to check it out. I'm intrigued by this because it's been featuring Betsy Braddock very heavy as Captain Britain in everything I've seen so far. But it's kind of apparent that Apocalypse is going to be the leader of this team, you would think. I just don't see him taking a back seat to anybody. I'll also say that the preview images, the dialogue he had, seemed to be on point for Apocalypse. He's talking about, we no longer have to run from man, and we're no longer running, but instead today we're celebrating and we're dancing. The children that come from these unions will be the most powerful generations of mutants the world has ever seen. Anyways, guys, I'll try to have my review up for this on Wednesday, probably Wednesday evening. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can get the notification as soon as it comes out. Of course, you got to hit the bell for notifications to get that. Make sure you leave a like below. Leave your comments. Based off this preview, is this a pickup for you or is this a pass for you? I definitely, on my Marauders preview, had more people saying they were going to pick it up than pass on it. Anyways, guys, I think me and Half Stacks are going to record our X-Men animated series book today. So if you guys want to make sure you check that out as well, I'd sincerely appreciate it, guys. That's all I got. Real Comic Stacks. Out.